let us look at this concept, what is called the gap analysis. What is this gap analysis? Suppose you are performing, you are in the market, your performance is at a particular level. Considering your performance to be at the same level, what is the type of forecast which you can give with respect to the company for the next 5 years? Why are you making this forecast? You are making this forecast to find out how the company is likely to move from year 1 down to year 5 based on actual levels. Kindly note that what you are performing now, given that particular scenario, go 5 years down the line, what might be the forecast? Once you provide this forecast to the management may ask you to increase this forecast level to this pink line which is coming here. So if you really see, this is the desired level which the management wants you to go to in the next 5 years. It is saying from 1 you go up to this level, so there is a gap here. In the second year there is again a gap. In the third again, when you are moving to the 5th year, you are seeing there is quite a gap. This difference between the actual level of forecast and the desired level of forecast which the management wants you to achieve, this is called the gap. Many times it is referred to as the strategic planning gap. So with respect to your marketing strategy, you have to fill up this gap. This gap needs to be filled. That is the job of a marketing manager. So it may go by different nomenclatures in the organization, going up to the vice president of marketing. Their job mainly focuses on bridging this gap to increase sales. So the strategic planning gap is the gap between the actual level of forecast and the desired level. So in order to fill this gap, you make use of growth opportunities, which we discussed earlier. These growth opportunities can be intensive growth opportunities or integrative growth opportunities or diversification. And each of these growth opportunities has again 3. For example, intensive growth opportunities could be with respect to market penetration, with respect to market development, with respect to product development. Integrative growth opportunities can be with respect to backward, forward and horizontal. Then again you have diversification. When you have diversification, it can be concentric diversification, or it can be horizontal diversification, or it can be conglomerate diversification. So these are the options that are available to you as a manager to bridge this gap, the gap between the actual level and the desired level. This gap can be bridged making use of these growth opportunities. So this diagram which is presented here depicts what is called the gap analysis, and the gap is with respect to the actual level of forecast and the desired level. Many times it is also referred to as the strategic planning gap. This gap can be bridged by identifying different growth opportunities for the company. The different growth opportunities could be intensive, integrative or diversification. Now, if you look at this next diagram again with reference to gap analysis, this makes this position even more clear. So the forecast actual level, the gap. Now you build it up using, let us say, intensive growth opportunities or integrative growth opportunities or diversification. So you have got 3 lines representing this bridging. Okay, so you have intensive, integrative and diversification, almost with respect to the sales, everything with respect to the sales. So this is another depiction of how the gap is thought to be built by making use of growth opportunities. Now we come to a very important matrix which was given by this gentleman called Ansoff. He gave what is called a product market expansion matrix. What is this product market expansion matrix? It is with respect to your present products and new products, present markets and new markets. So if you see this diagram, it is a 2 by 2 matrix. It is a 2 by 2 matrix. So when you are looking at products, it is present product, it is new product. When you are looking at markets, it is present markets, new markets. When you are looking at the present product and the present market, you are looking at market penetration. So market penetration looks at present product and present market. When you are looking at the present market but with a new product, you are looking at product development. Suppose you are looking at the present product with a new market, you are looking at market development. Suppose you are looking at a new product and a new market, you are looking at diversification. So a present product and a present market gives you market penetration. A present product and a new market gives you market development. A new product and a present market gives you what is called the product development. A new product and a new market gives you what is called the diversification. So this is considered an important matrix in marketing given by this gentleman Ansoff. It is also referred to as product market expansion matrix. This Ansoff matrix is also referred to as product market expansion matrix. It is essentially a 2 by 2 matrix where you are looking at present products, new products. You are looking at present markets and new markets. When you are looking at present products and present markets, it is market penetration. When you are looking at present products and new markets, it is market development. When you are looking at new products and present markets, it is product development. And when you are looking at new products and new markets, it is diversification. So this is again looking at growth opportunities through this prism of this Ansoff matrix.